Hello. It's Monday. Camera's doing a thing again, and Steven is in the shower, so when he's out of the shower, he's going to take a look at it. Where did my painting scissors go? Painting scissors? Oh, there you are. So, yeah, I need him to come fix that for me. Shortly. But in the meantime, I can start, like, mixing up colors and drawing on the canvas. The ends of this brush have gotten super frayed, so I'm just going to trim it quick. While I'm seeing it and noticing it. More trimming. Sometimes this feels illegal. It's like, oh, you can't do that to the brush. And it's like, wait, no, I bought this brush. It is not doing what I need it to, so let's fix it. We have a 6-month resub from One Weird Cat. It's a little better. It's a little crooked. I can work on that more. Vagabond says, I don't see why you don't just stream in the loft. Set this on the couch, and we'll start painting. Get some paint on the couch. Paint on the green screen. We have a 17-month resub from Rowlet Hoot. 11 months from El Simi. Jacebook gifted a sub to Peter Beck. And Luna Gazer gifted a sub to Crescelium. Thank you all for the resubs. That one just showed up. Was that... Thank you. Renee says, I thought Steven was getting us a new camera. He might be. He thought it was fixed, and it was not fixed. So, there might be a new camera. So I trimmed this brush, right? And it's mostly level. I mean, it's an angle, right? But I didn't cut it quite perfectly. Oh, thank you, Chaz. El Simi resubbed it at 12 months. Thank you. Here's paintbrush clicks. Thank you, El Simi. Good job on hitting 12. Thank you. Yeah, so camera's going to get fixed once he comes in here. And things we're doing today is this looks nice. I like it. It needs more. I want to put a little bit of like shoreline that's not grass along this edge yet. And then I want to block in this mass of land. And then I want to paint the water. Because this water sits behind this, and that's going to cause problems if I don't do it. Because I have to bring in, like, these grasses and bush and rocks and whatever, and they will sit on top. So, I think I'm going to start by doing the shoreline first. And then I think I might bring in a few more brighter highlights on some of these trees. And then, block on the right side. And then we'll start on some water. Not sure if we're gonna get to the water tonight, but that's the order of what I'm doing. I should probably start like making a note of that. Aldo says, are we getting attacked by zebras again? Maybe. He said to set the aperture so it looked right, and I set it the best I could, and it's definitely not right. Okay, so we need to do, ooh, this is loose. Why is this loose? Left shore. Left brighter colors. Now, the thing with the left brighter colors over here, it's the same with the mountain. If I want to make this brighter, and I kind of did last time I painted, and I kind of wanted to bring a little bit more darks into some of the areas, just a little bit. But I can do that later. And it's the same with over here. I can bring in some of those brighter colors later if I decide to. So maybe I'll do the shore and then start working on other things. Let's see. Block in right shore, water, and then finish right shore. Finish water, and there. So those are my notes. Shore over here. At some point, maybe after that or not, bring in some brighter highlights on some of these. And then block in this with Mars. So we start to get that. And then start doing the water. Especially the water that sits back here. Maybe not all of it, because this won't be done yet, so I won't have this ready, but I need this done before I do this. And then I need to finish the right shore over here with its detail. Finish whatever water I haven't done yet, and then decide if I want more snow and more highlights on these things. But I'm very happy with the painting. It's coming along wonderfully. So I suppose I could start mixing up colors while I wait on Steven. It's hard to know if I hear the shower running or not because of the music. And I'm also out of water. That can be his next job after camera. Doesn't Steven take long showers? Yeah, he does. He sure does. Okay, we need to mix up sandy color. That's like, where's this? Blue-ish, because everything is blue, because it's nighttime. And there's also kind of brown-gray. So I'm going with raw umber, because that's my base color, my underpainting color. But we're going to tint it blue and add some gray. So where's neutral gray? There it is. Vagabond says he's tall, so there's more of him to clean. He just takes forever. He really does. Oh, Discord's down? Oh. A little bit of blue. Sometimes these caps just don't cooperate. Regional outage? Thank you, Mike. I'm very happy with the painting. We are making really good progress on it. And like, the only thing that's truly done is the sky. Because there's still stuff I think I want to do with the mountain and the left bank of trees. But I have them in good places that I can leave them alone for now and kind of make a decision later on what I want to do and how much of that I want to do. What else do I want? Titanium white? That's Mars. That's titanium. Is the bottom half going to be purple or is that a base? Down here, this is all water, so this will be reflected down. And it's mostly still. So what we're getting ready to do once Steven is done in the shower is we're going to add in a little bit of sand shore instead of just grass right to the edge of the shore. And then we're going to block in this mass of trees and shoreline, and then we will work on the water. And if I think about it, like the majority of the painting is done. because center is here. It's just all the detail is on the second half. Which sucks. So I have a decent gray color that I'm happy with. And that took much shorter time than I thought. I was kind of hoping Steven would be like, you know, in here by the time I was ready to start painting. But he's not, so we're gonna just save this by covering it up with some plastic. Maybe we'll use a chalk pastel and do some drawing. I do have to sharpen chalk pastels. Oh wait, no, this one's sharp. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to bring in a little bit of shoreline. There. And I suppose that the painting can probably move now, because I will be working over here. And this is so far extreme to my right, like my arm is straight. Chess is painting question time. Yeah, we can do that too. I can also draw in a few more of these littler trees that I want to draw in. What's the best paint? Let's go with that. Where's my favorite color? I think ultramarine blue is my favorite color. I think that's my favorite. And a close second is probably quinacridone magenta. I think those are my favorite too. These two. Otherwise, I do like golden because they do a lot of great testing, and I had nothing but good experiences with them. I like the phthalo blue green shade. This one. I've been using this one a lot for this painting. Thank you, Lixrin, who says, this is my first time seeing this on a screen other than my phone. Yeah, this is small, but when it's big, you can really see just how big this monster is. Renee says, I tried to talk Maddie into golden this go-around, but she said she wasn't quite ready yet. There's little kits. I have one. Over there that is not in reach. That's like a few basic colors that are like 1 ounce tubes. They're like half this size. That might be a good start, just to let her like try. Jay says, first time making it to one of your painting streams. Been following you guys for at least 10 years. Well, welcome in. We're going to get started painting shortly. I'm waiting on Steven. Also, I'm not sure I like this little thing. Maybe I'll bring that in and just kind of connect it. Like so. I am looking forward to getting back to Dark Cloud. That will be at some point after this painting is done. But this painting has a deadline. That's better. Yeah, I'm out of water. I'm waiting on Steven for camera. Painting involved too much cleanup. Yeah, it's nice that I can kind of leave most of this sit out. Like, the only thing I really do after I paint every time is I wash out brushes. And sometimes I'm a little lazy and I don't wash out every brush. I just wash out the ones that tend to get ruined faster, like fans. And then I dump all of my paint wastewater in my paint wastewater bucket, and then I treat that. Jess says if you need to get water, we can. Yeah, I can do that. I have to run downstairs. I'll be back. So, Steven. What's the verdict? Chess says, I feel like something changed when you walked in with the camera color.
It's because I was playing with it.
Steven was messing with it. That looks better.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. This is fine. So it doesn't change.
No.
But something about when the camera starts, something is happening. When do you stream tomorrow? 1?
Yeah.
Remind me at noon tomorrow to fix the camera. And by fix the camera, what I really mean is...
Switch it?
Well, no, I'm not going to switch it. I'm just going to... It's either the camera or the lens.
Uh-huh.
Because, fun thing for people that don't know, modern day cameras and lenses interface with each other electronically. So if there's something wrong with that connection on either end, then it can give you incorrect values. And that but I'm gonna switch out the lens temporarily to see if that problem is happening.
Okay.
Because if it's not, then it's the lens. If it is, it's the camera. And if it's the camera, you're probably gonna get another camera in here. But you've had this camera for
8 years. Over 8 years.
We bought it at the end of 2015.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's almost 9 years old, and it has a lot of hours that it's been on. So yeah. Okay.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm sorry this is a pain in the butt.
It's okay.
I mean, I always knew one day this camera would
Yeah.
die. And we've certainly gotten our value out of it.
Mm-hmm. Sure have.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna head out.
Okay. Will you take this downstairs?
I will.
Thank
Love
you. Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Anyway, now I can paint this. So I've mixed up a blue-gray. Are we gonna have a funeral for the camera? And I'm going to start filling this in here on this shoreline. And it's quite dark. I don't know if you can even tell. I can barely tell, as it looks kind of like the color I have. But I'm going to add some titanium white and then lighten it up. But I want to give it a base layer first. I did bring myself a hair tie, but did not preemptively tie up my hair. Flush it like a goldfish. Ah, I don't think the city sewer would like that very much. It's a little bigger than a goldfish. Oh, this was bad. I did a bad job. Alright, back to this. So I got an allergy shot today, and we've discovered that I'm very sensitive to everything. Which I always have suspected because, I don't know, like certain laundry soaps bother my skin and like other things will bother my skin. So after like doing a full month of allergy shots, they're like, we're gonna drop you back and start you basically at the beginning, but with even less. I'm like, cool. Love that. Vagabond says, at least it's covered. Yeah, it's been covered. Okay, so there's the base layer. Now I can mix in some titanium white. And this is way grayer than I want it to be, so... umber. We're just going to go back and forth with some of these base colors that I mixed this in, and then, like, that's too light. And then I'm going to mix one layer color and just add a little bit of this. Phoenix Crow says, yay, happy little trees. The most time-consuming but sometimes satisfying way of painting. There's just a lot of them. There's so many. All right. Now this is going to be a bit thicker than it needs to be, but that's fine. Because what's going to happen is once I paint the water, I will make it less bold of a line. There, that kind of sits that above the water. Not that the water's there yet, but when it gets there. Okay. Garage go brr. Okay, time to draw this right bank. I also considered taking a white marker and doing just like doing the very edge of the water, like the highlight that'll hit there, but we can do that later. It's kind of a finishing touch anyway. Shoot, I broke the chalk pastel. I had this nice tip on it, and then it broke. That's fine. Fossix gifted a sub to the garage door. That's great that the garage door can send emotes now in chat. Alright, so we have this pine here, and it needs to kind of come out this far. And this guy could probably stand to be a little taller. Because like if I think of the line, I have to think of like this distance and this distance to make them even. So we have this thing that's gonna kind of be just like tall. This tree, which is going to kind of be a deciduous tree. I just have to make sure whatever I have here covers up any of the raw sienna. So like this pine, I just need to make sure this here is covered. And then here it doesn't matter because this is going to be water later. Maybe I can throw in a shorter pine. Maybe. And I'm just gonna be blocking these in with black because the colors are gonna change later. Relonson says, have you ever drawn any outer space themes? I do like doing space. Like, this is maybe the best Milky Way I've done. I've done other things. I did one where I did some pouring, or I did like the liquid pour for acrylics, and then turned it into a solar system. Yeah, Chaz has one I did of a moon. There, yeah, Planetary Marbles is the one I was thinking of, Vagabond. There's one that I did based on Subnautica. That's another space-esque one. There's some that are based on Star Fox galaxies that are space-esque. Trying to think of other things offhand. So I don't like how I tilted this down this much for this peninsula. So what I think I need to do is I think I need to bring it out this way. I can't see this. That's better. And bring it there. So it's less tilted down and more tilted kind of out. And there's going to be like grasses and stuff that you currently can't see because it's just all brown right now. So my plan is to block in a lot of carbon or Mars. I think I'm gonna go with Mars. For like all of the top row for the silhouette, and then do the water, but leave some of this empty. I might regret that, but that's not a hard change to do later. Jess said, grass you currently can't see because it's all brown. Winter in the Midwest feels. There's things I miss about the Midwest. That, not so much. All right, let's put some of Mars Black on my palette. Dishnet says, yep. Oh, I know you know, Dishnet. I don't know why. I grew up in the Midwest. I grew up in Wisconsin. I was there for, how old was I? At least 20 years. Like, I know that it's not always snow, but living somewhere else now, all I can picture is there's snow there. Because I'm getting ready to go there again soon, and I'm thinking, God, I'm gonna have to bring, like, cold weather clothes, is my first thought, even though I know it's August. Or it will be August in a couple days. It's weird. Circle No Squared says, Mal, it's 77 in Wisconsin right now. That's the same temperature it is in Raleigh. Okay, how do I want to do this? I think I just need to start filling it in so I feel better about paint getting on the canvas. Chess says 72 here right now. Is it? Come on, update. We must be using a different thing. Okay, so this is the edge of this peninsula. So yeah, there's going to be like stuff like this, and that stuff I can always like add in later. That's not the meat and potatoes of this. Like I said, my goal is to make sure that this is like complete in here. And this angular flat is not the best brush for the job. I need to get a round, probably. Maybe you? That's better. I bought this brush for like maybe $1 at Home Depot or Lowe's or somewhere, and it's just the most garbage brush, but it's the best for this. XD Symphony says, I looked at a map because I wanted to see how close Wisconsin is to Ontario, Toronto, and now I'm looking at a map of US states, and I'm shocked where some of the states are. Dishnut says, what was the most shocking? Ooh, that's a good question. What do I want next? Do I want fan brush or do I want a liner? I think I want a line. Vagabond, what has Utah even doing? How on earth do we memorize like 52 states? Canada has 13. I remember learning them in 5th grade, and there was a song and it was alphabetical. This is not as fine of a brush as I want. It's quite chunky. I think that's something I'll have to do with a pen. Okay. We'll just leave that alone. We'll go into fan brush. Oh, Kepi is crying. He cried for Scoop. He wonders where Steven went. He knows the garage door means that, like, we're leaving or coming back. Because when he hears the garage door, he will meet us at the door. Okay, one pine. The worst glare. Like, it's so bad, I can't tell if this is even any good. It's not. Well, let's try this one. Alright, now I have to fix this other one because I didn't like it. Also, Ohio is under Michigan? I thought it was somewhere in the middle. Middle east of, like, the country? Like, if you split the country into west and east, it's, like, central east? There's a really good map someone did at some point where they split up the country and drew on it, and all I can remember is, like, the southeast was, like, air made of hot soup, and I think about that every summer. And then, like, the coastal east is, like, hurricane danger zone, and there's, like, a giant hurricane, like the meteorological hurricane symbol with an eyeball just, like, watching the east coast. Alright, now I need to fill in the rest of this. So we're going to switch back to this larger flat. I really can't see what I'm doing over here, which makes this incredibly difficult. About fell off the chair. Let's hook my feet onto my table. All right, so that is all of that blocked in like I wanted. Danger painting. Safety first. Don't fall off the chair, please. No fall, please. I would have just fallen into the wall. It's not that bad. So do we see how dark this is? And this is not? This is lighter. This is grayer. That's the atmospheric perspective coming in. Now we can start on the water. And I will be painting over some of this, especially right here, obviously. But that's fine. I wanted to have it blocked in so I knew where it sat. Shift you back over here. Later I'll erase this chalk, which will help too. One Weird Cat says, are prints of this going to be for sale when it's done? Yes. Prints will be for sale for this. That was something I wanted to be able to do. So somehow I'm going to get a photo of this and we'll do prints. Alright, these are mountain colors, not sky colors. These ones are sky colors. This is the one. All right. Water. Now, a lot of this will be reflected of whatever is above it. So like the mountain will get reflected, and I started to do that a little bit as I worked. And then it occurred to me that it doesn't matter much because I'm gonna have to change it as I'm working. That's not balanced great. Can we stay there? So I need to think about exactly where things are going to sit. So like this guy, this peak, gets reflected down to here. And it's not all going to be perfect because what's going to happen is the water is not going to have like the same straight lines that you see here. It's going to be a little wavy. Because like this is all going to be mountain off of the edge of the canvas. But this guy is the same height. So should be here. Pine. This stuff. Those things. We'll have the rock reflections. That pine. That pine. That pine. And this guy is about the same height. So we will see most of it. And then that. We have a 17-month resub from Ultra Husk, thank you, who says, oh hey, it's this thing. It is this thing today. So here's my other thought, is if I start painting these reflections here, which I also need to draw in, the colors aren't the same. There's a lot of moving pieces for this painting. A lot of little parts. So part of me is thinking I need to brighten up this first if I know what colors I need. But I also don't particularly want to do that, and I can add them in when I do that later, so. I didn't cut myself, I just bent my nail. That hurt. The blade for the palette got stuck and it pushed against my nail. Okay, this is going to be a lot of grays that are just hints of the color that they are. So I'm going to just start with titanium white, neutral gray, maybe pull in a little bit of green. Phthalo. Okay, I want to just give hints of all of these. And I should probably also consider adding in some of this mountain blue. That's way too blue. More gray. Like I said, this will get covered up over here, and I was expecting that. Strawberry Heart says, when doing reflections, do you ever flip the canvas or is it easier to just leave it? It's easier to flip it, but with how big this canvas is, it doesn't really lend itself well to that. I just kind of have to suffer and let my brain flip it for me. Which is not great. This is turning out better than I thought it would. Good. It almost looks like it's luminescent, which I don't know if I love that, but I can tone it down. But we can keep working it around this way, which is totally fine. It does look like it's glowing, which means it's too bright. Gotta tone that down. Too bright for Cappy. Yeah, a little bright for Cappy. I also think that I'm making the mountain slightly too saturated, slightly too blue. It needs to be slightly more neutral. So this dark is the reflection of this dark up here. I'm getting a lot of little pinpricks of the canvas showing through, or the brown showing through, which I don't love. And would rather just one away, but they're being difficult. And what's happening is the paint is too thick to sit down in those spaces, so it's sitting on top and not going into them. I think what I need to do is just start getting some paint down. And then I can go back in and touch up some of these areas later that need it. Locking in colors. It takes a little bit. And I had started, like I said, started to do that earlier. But all of that will change with this anyway, so. Okay, now these pines. Getting paint on me. Whoops. Okay, there's the water getting blocked in. It looks much better. This is still too bright. I need to tone that down. And I need to start building these trees this way and then start building in some of the mountain colors. There's things that are happening that I like in here, but it's too bright. Emmy says, make it a habit to have a hair clip. It's on my desk. That's fine. Part of me wants to just finish blocking in the water. We gotta see how many butterfly clips. I own 2, a pink one and a blue one. And I want to paint the pink one silver, but I need to paint it blue first because it's closer in shade. And I like the blue one, so I don't want to use that one to make it silver. Yeah, I think I want to keep painting this water blocked in, just so it's all blocked in. And I can see more of what's going on in the painting. It'll feel more complete. And right now, that sounds awesome. The problem here is that big canvas takes up a lot of paint. So I need that. I need umber. I have white, I have gray. Just a little bit more blue. Chess says big is big. It's very true. Big is big. Big canvas is unsurprisingly big. That is much too dark. Oops. And that's way too light. And that's too blue. Well, we're back to caterwauling. That's not quite the right mountain color. And this is way too light. I don't know what I was thinking. But that's okay. Because it's not the end result of what the water's going to look like. That is a good blocking in. That feels much better. And it feels like there's a lot more that got done, even though it needs a ton of work. Which is nice. Just to feel like there's some progress, even though it's like not all the way there. And Dream says, just getting color down is satisfying. It is, and if you're feeling stuck on a piece, it's a good solution. Even if I know it's not right and I'm gonna have to literally go paint this all again, it mentally helps a ton. But I can also start to see where things are going to go, and that helps. I can see that I made a wrong choice, and it's way too bright. So it also, even if I had kept going along this fashion of like completing it, it would need to get redone because it's not right. So. I think that's all my chalk I had down. And like, this looks weird, but like, that's definitely not done. Also, discovering what you don't like is a lot. It is. It's very helpful. Because like, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back. And I'm going to do that right now because it's driving me crazy. And like, even this I think might be a little too bright, so we're gonna tone it down. I can't tell if that helps yet or not. It helps. It's not quite there yet, but that helped a lot. It's exhausting sometimes when you paint. Oh, there's the boy. Are we done caterwauling in the hallway for Steven, who's not even here? Are we done? Are we gonna go lay down in our little spot in this room? He's decided the best place to lay in this room is between some of my blank canvases. That's his favorite spot in here. He doesn't come in here much often by himself. Oh, nope, we left and we're crying again. Alright, so that helps because it helps to show me like the color of the full piece. And some of this is still throwing me off, like visually, but that's okay. It helps to see more and have less of that on the canvas. So, next time, which is going to be tomorrow at 1, I'm going to... I think I need to work on this and finish that and get it where I want it to be. As much as I don't really want to, I know I need to, and I think that's what I just really need to force myself to do next. And then I think I need to work on the water. So that's what I'm going to be working on tomorrow at 1, is that left bank of trees again, and then hopefully some of the water. And if not the water, then I'm going to brighten the mountain just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm scared to push it too far. Yeah, and then we can continue on to the other bank of trees. But it's looking very good. I'm very happy with this. I was a little intimidated with how big it was, and I had like slight regrets about saying I would do it this big. But now that it's coming along, it feels better. Now that things are happening, I'm happy with it. Alright, other things that are happening. Breakfast stream in the morning. And then I will be painting at 1. Hopefully the camera will be fine. He said he'd look at it at noon. Vagabond says, we can get you a bigger canvas next time. I have all these 18 by 24s and 11 by 14s and 8 by 10s. I gotta use those up. Honestly, what I'm going to do is when I'm done with this... Thank you for the roll, Paint Chipper. These are my Patreon supporters. If you're interested in that, there's links in the chat. But I was saying, what I'm going to be doing next after I finish Big Canvas is I'm going to do something fun and a little less stressful, and it's going to be a painting pour. At some point after this is done. Give myself a little bit of a break, something a little less physically taxing and mentally taxing to do. Life-size portrait of Steven. I've been always terrible at portraiture. Always. Okay. Thanks everyone for being here. Hope to see you in the morning for breakfast stream, and then at 1 for painting. Wednesday, Steven's doing Subnautica. I might paint, it's gonna depend on how far I get tomorrow. I might paint more like Thursday. We'll see. I'm definitely gonna paint Friday. Thursday's gonna be up in the air because that's not a normal time. We'll see how far I get tomorrow. Do we have a raid message? And is any of my friends streaming? We can raid Dan, who's playing Mario Party with Josh, Rebecca, and Alex. So, go say hi to them in Dan's chat. And I hope everyone has a good evening. They're playing Mario Party. They're playing the cake level. Alright everyone, I hope you have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow for streams. Go tell Dan hi. Alright everyone who's still here hanging out, hope you have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.